I know which things are holes, but I can't give you a definition. But why should I? You already know what hole linings are. I say the two halves of the roller are only parts of a hole, because I, like you, would say they're only parts of a hole lining. What isn't a hole lining isn't a hole.
In that case, I admit that co-perforation may be an equivalence relation. At least among singly perforated hole linings.
All holes are singly perforated. A doubly perforated thing has two holes in it that are not the same hole.
Are you sure? Take the paper towel roller and punch a little hole in its side. Now you have a hole in a hole lining. You'd have to say you have a hole in a hole. You have a little hole which is part of the big hole. The big hole is not singly perforated, and the little hole and the big hole are the same hole, since the little hole is a common part of each.
I think not. You speak of the big hole, but what we have are two big holes, not the same, laid end to end. There is also the little hole, not the same as either big hole, which overlaps them both. Of course we sometimes call something a hole, in a derivative sense, if it is a connected sum of holes. Any decent cave consists of many holes, that are not the same hole, so I must have been speaking in this derivative sense, when I said, that caves are holes.
What peculiar things you are driven to say when philosophy corrupts your mind. Tell me the truth. Would you have dreamt for a moment of saying there were two big holes rather than one if you were not suffering under the influence of a philosophical theory?
No, I fear I would have remained ignorant.
I see that I can never hope to refute you, since I no sooner reduce your position to absurdity than you embrace the absurdity.
Not absurdity, disagreement with common opinion.
Very well. But I, for one, have more trust in common opinions than I do in any philosophical reasoning whatever. Insofar as you disagree with them, you must pay a great price in the plausibility of your theories.
Agreed. We have been measuring that price. I have shown that it is not so great as you thought. I am prepared to pay it. My theories can earn credence by their clarity and economy, and if they disagree a little with common opinion, then common opinion may be corrected, even by a philosopher.
The price is still too high.
We agree in principle, we are only haggling.
We do. And the same is true of our other debates over antique parsimony. Indeed, this argument has served us as an illustration, novel, simple, and self-contained, of the nature of our customary disputes.
And yet the illustration has interest in its own right. Your holes, had I been less successful, would have punctured my nominalistic materialism with the greatest of ease.
Rehearsed and refreshed, let us return to, say, the question of classes.